Did you know that you could be generating 10 grand a month?
What's good? We've got to get started here for the morning. Good morning. I say good morning. How's everyone doing today? How's everybody's week? So far, it's the end of the week. It's obviously a major day in the week. NFP today, coming out in about an hour from now. So we're definitely going to see some market movement in an hour from now and today. We'll see what the market does, right? Take it slow, take it patient today, because it's been a pretty solid week overall. Like if you were following the sessions, following Discord, markups on XAU all week, been pretty on point. A lot of people, even last night, I saw a lot of people type in the chat like sells, and you guys should have been on last night's session, because like I was talking about how we kind of already used the sell zone, right? Like a lot of people are looking for sells at 28.70, 28.75. could work. Like you see 2870's been holding. I mentioned last night I'm not going for sells because I already caught the sells at that area. If you're on the session last night with me, I was talking about how, 2875, 2870, we talked about that area, yesterday. Right? Well, day before, sorry. And it's like it worked for that, it worked. Like it's like for that time, right? So I don't, how much times does it reject that level? Like it gave a pretty good move. And we talked about 2850 yesterday when we were live 24 hours ago. Well, like almost 24 hours ago. We were live yesterday morning for those that were here. And we were looking for gold buys yesterday morning. And now look at where the price of gold is. And if you were even here yesterday morning, I said, like, watch that 4 hour if it solidifies and closes above 2850. So that 2850 level, you can see there. We were live in action on that wick, that big wick down. Crazy enough, 2840, 2838 was the price I was talking about pretty much all week, like, right? 2840, 2838, stronger demand zone. I said gold may pull back to 2850, 2845 before another move up. And there's a possibility. I also said that it could go down to 2845, 2840, 2838. I said if selling pressure continues, a deeper move could be likely down below 2850. Some key places that we talked about, some key things we talked about all week. So it's been a pretty successful week when we look at time in the week and what it takes to be profitable throughout the week. I went over a lot of this kind of talk last night. I guess you could say some mindset, some discipline tips last night I talked about. And I know everybody was fiending for a trade setup last night, so I was like, you know what, here, I saw this. Everyone's like, what is it, a buy? Is it a sell? Some people want sell, so I see the chat and I'm like, yo, there's people buying, there's people selling, there's bears and bulls. There's people who see gold dumping, there's people who see gold going up. On a day like today, not too worried about what the market does. Maybe until like after NFP, because you got to see here, the previous was more of a positive number, a higher number. So it's forecasted to come in lower than the previous. So non-farm employment change. This measures the change in number of employed people during the previous month, excluding the farming industry. So it's a job creation indicator. Consumer spending, which accounts for majority of overall economic activity. So it's a major kind of sentiment factor for the USD, for these things, why traders care right there, what it measures. So these numbers, when you got a previous number and you got a forecast, at 8:30, the actual number is going to come out. So if you notice here, it says usual effect. Actual greater than forecast is good for currency. Because if you look at the previous number compared to what's forecasted, the forecast is lower. So it's saying employment change is lowered, right? They're forecasting a lower number in employment change. So the market doesn't always take that as a good sign. The market can more react negatively to that. But when you've been trading as long as I have, and you've seen this news event and other news events come out, you see different scenarios. You see these different scenarios, and it sometimes is tricky, right? What I would like to see today is the actual number come out close to the forecast and gold actually dump, because then that would set gold up for a potential buy. That might be a scenario where, I mean, they're forecasting lower, so we have to see how much lower it comes out, because the previous was, you can see the previous number. So if it's close to the previous, the market can take that sometimes more neutrally. Doesn't always, it's not so bad, right? If it's close to the previous number, maybe it's more positive for the dollar, more positive neutral. So in this case, especially with what they're forecasting, because they're forecasting a major difference between like what the previous was and what the forecast is. Now, a lot of times where it gets tricky and a lot of traders get tricked, and times I've gotten tricked, that's why I'm really patient with these types of events, is where, you know, the forecast or the actual number comes out and the market, say, it prints a negative actual number, but everything does the opposite. So a lot of times, like, the market can print a negative or a positive number, and the charts will do the opposite. Because, like, if a negative number comes out, the dollar's expected to drop. So a lot of times it goes up first before it drops. So we might learn some things today. We might find a trade maybe. Might learn some things today in the market. We'll see in about an hour, less than an hour, NFP will hit, and what you can expect is just a big candlestick usually. So it's either going to go up. I'm not in any trades anymore. I got out of my buys, took some profit. Didn't think I was going to take any buys before, but it came down. If you noticed last night, we were live last night, and I talked about this last night. Literally, how many hours ago? Not that long ago. Probably not that long ago. 7 hours ago. We were live talking about this. We did a lot of talk last night. So if you were on last night, you know, there was a lot you heard me say last night prior to NFP today, right? Or if you watched that session, we were on for 2 hours last night. After I got off, I posted the chart we talked about with gold. After I got off that stream, I posted the chart that we marked up. So we were on here. So I posted this chart. Literally, you can see literally right after I got off last night, 12:17. So this is what we had. If you go to the Discord, you go to Pip and Dip, people caught that setup. There's people who got that setup. If you look through the chat, I mean, that's a sell. That's different. For instance, oh, that's just a video. I know there's a screenshot. Like, sells could happen, but they're risky. Like, they could get stopped out first, or it's either the market dumps and you're right. The market, you catch the right move for the news. I don't usually try to, sells might be interesting. If you're scalping it before the news, maybe they hold. Like, I've been in trades before news. Like, one time I made $22,000 I was in a trade right before the news hit. Boom. 22K closed. Quick. It was CPI. So there's people, if you look through the night, we'll scroll a bit here. Snag some entries. 100 pip move. That's different. 2865. Yep. More here. Right there. 4 in the morning. Like some people caught those buys. We went over it last night. Literally 7 hours ago. Sniper entry. Literally. Look at the candle it hit. Let's show what time frame is this. 15-minute. Look at the candle it hits right there. Clean on the 15. That rhymed. Pip and dip. Some sells. And then there's me. And I guess that's, what was that? That's why I say if you're tuning in, if you're plugging in, if you go through these chats, both of them, and look at yesterday in the past like 48 hours, people have been making money. That was yesterday. Hopefully you guys are able to catch those buys, because right after I got off stream yesterday, even for anybody who wasn't on, I posted the markup. You can see in there, zoned out that 2865, 2860 area. Market came, you see this engulfing candle here? Came like right into that. Now when you're looking at this chart, right, when you're looking at patterns, when you're looking at, so you might see it clear on the line chart. When you're looking at, let me pull them both up. So I have them both here. Side by side there. So you're looking at this chart. You have to see the market came down 1, pulled back 2, pull back, right? So you have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? You have these waves down. Right, this is a big correction in the market. 2850, that 2850 level. Remember, we were live on this red candle yesterday. This red candle, we were live there. So you have a correction here, but inside of that correction, you have waves down within your structure. So this actually, right here, would have made sense for a sell because it's following those waves. And the market breaks down, but when you're looking at this move up, and the high here, it takes out that high, right? Right here where I'm circling. If you're looking at this chart, on the line chart, you see this high right here, right? So we call this a BOS, or a market structure shift. I made a video on this recently. You can check it out. It's on the channel, under videos. Where's videos? Where's videos? I think it's pretty recent. Let me try to see if, yeah, BOS strategy breakdown, 12 days ago. Posted a lot of videos in the last couple days. You could see here, 12 days ago, 7 days ago, 2 days ago, 19 hours ago. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Check those videos out if you haven't seen them. Just in the past week, there's a couple new videos, or 2 weeks, and then even a couple of weeks. So check out, there's a lot of new videos if you haven't seen just in the last month. Check them out. But you can learn something from BOS strategy breakdown with what I'm talking about right now. Like you have this high, so a lot of times, like when the market makes this, I'll show you a different example of this over here. So here, for example, see this piece of the market, waves down, and then like you really just drive down, but you stop here, and then you just punch up in price. So what's important here is this part right here, right? What's important is right here, is how the market, you know, pushes above that. You're getting a shift in price, a shift from, and it's telling you too that this is more of a correction. It could tell you like, okay, this is more of a corrective phase, right? This corrected down. It was bearish, but buyers stepped in. This is where you'll miss setups if you're not able, like this might be trickier to spot at first, this type of pattern, right? When you're looking at a line chart, for instance, you have these highs here. You punch down, so you make a low. But from that low, you create a higher high. Because you're taking out these highs right here. You're taking out that point, all right? So the market is shifting, right? It's like we're back to bullish now. And we run up, we extend after that. Ends up holding itself. You can see there's one candle, pull back. We zoom in. We could look at the candles now. When we zoom in, maybe at this area. And when we look at these 3 candles, for instance, we have right here a hammer. Where's the book? Oh, we got Michael Saylor. I don't know where the book went. I had the book up. The candlestick book. I don't know. Look at these 3 candles. So you got some hammers in there, and you got an inverted hammer. You got some hammer there. Some nice rejections. We call this rejection in price. A candlestick could represent a support, a singular. So for those of you guys in my inner circle, you guys are gonna learn a lot about this. Inner circle. Some of you guys need to send me your emails. I'm like 70% done with all the emails. I think like 10 of you guys, 8 or 10 of you guys need to send me your emails. Send me your email if you haven't, and even quickly, if you have, quickly send it, because I just want to organize everything one more time. But by tomorrow, you guys will be getting an invitation somewhere. But let's go back to this real quick. I'll talk more about it on the stream towards the end for the inner circle. Or maybe in a little bit. Tim in the house. I trade too, so trading is a time-consuming thing. Like when you're a full-time trader, like rent ain't cheap too. So when you're a full-time trader, and yeah, I'm gonna be putting a lot of time into. Like when you guys see the content, you'll see like a lot of time went into it too, and the editing. So we put a lot of time into it. The PDFs. I didn't think I was gonna get as many messages as I did, to be honest, either. Holy, so I think by tomorrow, there'll be 70 people, 70 like. And when I said I'm like 60% done, I meant like I'm 60% done, 70% done with like the emails, like getting all the emails together. But I need a few more people to send me theirs. Singular candlesticks. That right there is a pattern, and a pattern like a singular candle can represent a support. That can be like, okay, support's made here, right? Especially even like if the body's small, or Maybe if you have like a decent sized body like this and a long wick, it may look different. It could be a red candle too. It could even be a red candlestick that looks like this still. Like it could be red. And it still could be coming from a lower point though in the market. Like the market could be pushing down with red candle, stronger body, red candle, wick on the top, right? Stronger body down, candle showing you volume. There's sell pressure in there if the bodies are bigger. Whereas if something like this could step in after a set of candles like this. Maybe there's a set of candlesticks on a specific time frame, a 1 hour, a 4 hour. You could have a set of candlesticks. It could be 3, 4, 5 candlesticks, 6. It could be 2, 3. That are maybe indicating more like of a bearish momentum. A candlestick like this could step in at a lower point. It could be red, right? But it could still step in after those set of candles. Maybe even at a time of the day where there's like lower volume in the market, like end of London session. Wink, wink. That type of candle, even if it's red, could indicate, okay, there's support stepping in. So where you get potentially that next candle up. I'll show you a screenshot of what I'm talking about. Exactly, I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about here. So here's an example of exactly what I'm talking about right now. I took a screenshot where I entered these trades right here. See, not these ones. No, that was 28.50. Look, I had a trade at 28.14, and I forget what lot size it was, like a 0.2 or something, and I closed it, and I closed like everything but that, and that thing is like up 400 pips. That's funny. Yeah, that was 20. Never mind. That was 28.50. 28.49. Talked about that. Smacked it twice. I caught 28.50. Here it is. This one. Right here. So I did this yesterday. And then I did this with the other setup I went over last night. Alright, I posted it not that long ago. It's just a lot of scrolling. There's a lot here you can see. So this, for example, I took a screenshot of when I entered it. Like when I entered what the market looked like. This is what the market looked like. Took a screenshot because I entered this would have been after I entered. I went shortly into profit, not too, like, you know. See this candle here with the long wick. So it's like NFP, if you're in a situation like this where you're already in buys, you could be break even, or you're already in sells and you could be break even. Then you could try to hit that, you know, maybe it pumps, right? In a situation like this, because I had an entry down here, and man, I should have held everything. Could have kept stacking this. This is what I'm talking about in terms of, okay, the market forms a rejection candle. Like, see the green candle? I entered after that green candle. So the first green candle. I saw the red candle, but it was time of the day. I was like, no, I don't want to hold my trades. I don't want to collect swap fees. So I was like, I'm going to wait till the market opens. Enter after. So this green candle, I entered after that candle. And the market made a move up to 28.70. But this is what it looked like in terms of, and if you come on my sessions consistently, you'll hear me talk about it every week. Rejection candlestick, confirmation candlesticks. This is a 4-hour chart, which honestly, at times the only time frame you need, like, you don't need to always look at the 5-minute. If you want to be profitable, the 4 hours a good time frame to focus on. So when we talk about candlesticks, rejection, like these types of candlesticks can indicate, okay, there's some rejection here, there's some support here. You see these 3 candles right here? Same pattern to the left over here. So same pattern, if you look. So if you look to the right, I mean, not to the left, to the right, you have the same exact pattern actually over here, where I'm starting to mark now. So if you remember, I was talking about the first one. So this, right? Down. But you have that break up, that structure shift. Pull back, continuation. It breaks above this area where I'm circling. That's key, that it gets above there. In one swift move. One, I would say, solidified move, right? And one solidified move, one swift solidified move, market makes that higher high above a range. So the same thing happens to the right. When you look at price, you have here, right? There's this solidified move. There's this pretty strong concrete move. When, crazy enough, we bought right here. I took a live trade, said, guys, I'm buying gold. We bought right there live. It was a pre-London session. We were on, I think we were on till like 1 in the morning that day. We actually bought there. Some of you guys took a buy with me right there at that exact spot. It's streamed, so I could drop the Discord in the chat. Diddy parties? Nah, fam. No, none of that. None of that. Hell no. None of that, yo. None of that. None of that. Hollywood. your name. Wow. Hollywood would be your username. Look at that. None of that freak stuff. So it's kind of like you can, like someone asked last night, like what's a good way to journal? Like even like taking patterns like, whoa, damn. Oops. Sheesh. Like taking a pattern like this, a piece of the chart like this as a screenshot, maybe for a pattern that you saw, a pattern that maybe that you didn't see either. Maybe it could be a pattern that you didn't recognize and you recognized afterwards, right? You may be able to spot patterns in the moment, because that's what kind of trading is about. Maybe spotting things in moments, spotting things. You don't always have to forecast things beforehand. You know, you sit on your hands, wait till it's like, oh wow, this is happening. So someone asked the question, what's a good way to journal last night? And it's like taking things you miss, taking things you were correct on, that you like training your eyes. That's, I think, a big part of journaling, training your eyes. With journaling too, like look at the pairs you win the most on. Like if you take 100 trades, if you trade a lot of currency pairs, for instance, let's say you trade a lot of currency pairs, right? You know, you might have Euro USD, GBP USD, USD CHF. Maybe you're trading that. Maybe you're trading like AUD CAD or something, and AUD USD, USD Japan. Maybe you're mixing around, trading different currency pairs. Well, maybe you take 100 trades, right? And, you know, out of these pairs, there might be one you're winning more stronger with and one where you might be more weaker with if you're trading a bunch of pairs. You might have no profit on AU. You might be trading AUD CAD, but you have no profit on it. But you might just be taking trades on it, but you have no profit on it, right? You might have $1,000 profit on Euro USD or something, and you know, $500 profit on GBP USD, right? And there could be a pair that you have never had any profit on. You're literally like minus 700 on all the time. It's just a pair that's like you're losing every trade for. Maybe you take 100 trades and on one pair you lose 20 of them, and it might be different versus the pair you're more winning on consistently and taking like there could be some journaling tactics for that to look at, like if you're trading a lot of pairs, especially you might want to trade too many things at once. That can help out. Find like, okay, I should eliminate this pair. This pair is not doing me anything realistically. I like to do things like kind of what I just said for the journaling stuff, like take like pieces like this and be like, okay, nice clear pattern right there. 1, 2. Key levels on. We could do a session maybe next week on that and Euro USD, like pairs like that. I think if you go on my YouTube, I did one on NZDUSD, and I think I've done one on GBPUSD. If you go on my YouTube videos, there should be a video like that somewhere back. To be honest, maybe it's master support and resistance. To be honest, might be that one, or how to trade. Yeah, I think it's this one. Go watch my videos. There's so many I see a lot of questions you guys ask in the chat, and that might be literally in this video. I do it on NZDUSD in this video. This video is on NZDUSD. Go watch this video. If y'all haven't seen this video, trust me, watch this whole video. It's fire. Watch the whole video. You'll learn something. If you could do this, you could replicate this. Go watch this video. You could replicate. I just put the video in the chat. How to trade forex, trading for beginners in 2024. Hey, go watch this. It's on NZ. It's not on GBPUSD. The whole entire thing. I think I have another one where I do GBPUSD or Euro USD. Watch this entire video. Trust me. Trust me. Watch the entire thing. I show like the layout of the chart in the beginning, how to mark up key support and resistance levels. I show the black chart. So if you want the black chart, like I go through some good stuff in here. Like check it out. So, or if you want the blue and black candles like that, if you prefer that, we got green and red. The thing about green and red, it's like a psychology factor. Like green means go. Like green means go. Red means stop. Red means like danger. Oh no, scary. Right? So you might be scared to buy the dip. Green, you might be like, I gotta buy. Like when you think about the universe in the world, like what's green kind of like when you're driving traffic? Green's kind of like go, right? So if you like a different color, I go through some good ones in here. I go over the blue and red, which is like better instead of green. But a lot of people like blue and black. That's kind of eliminates. I think it kind of takes away something. A lot of traders prefer it. You'll see me, I go over a few different ones, and then I go over the black one. Black, green, and red still. I don't mind the green and red, used to it. But those are like the colors I like. I go over those, and then literally, what's about XAU now? Who knows? Let's see. The old videos I already saw. Buddy, plug in, plug in. Plug in, bro. What do you mean, what's with XAU now? Have you been plugged in, dog? I don't think so. You guys been plugged in this week. We already caught buys on XAU. If you're on last night, if you guys are on last night, talked a lot. I went over it for 2 hours last night. 7 hours ago. 21 hours ago. 1 day ago. 2 days ago. 2 days ago. 3 days ago. 5 days ago. 7 days ago. If I see something on that XAU, I'll let you guys know. It could be any session. That's why trading is just showing up. Don't know what's gonna happen. We got NFP in like 20 minutes. Black and white, nice. Yeah, black and white's. I like that color. Yeah, I like the blue and too. Today's defense day, dogs. Trying to blow your counts on NFP or what? Full margin. Well, we'll see what NFP does. Like I've talked about all week. If you've been here all week with me, remember, everything goes back to what I said Monday. Monday usually starts a bullish trend up into Thursday, Friday when we see a dip. Like, everything goes back to the first session of the week. What did we talk about on the first session of the week, guys? What did we talk about? Anybody know? What was the first thing we talked about with gold this week, right? What's the first thing, right? What was the first topic of discussion this week with gold? Full porting. Who knows? I want to see who's paying attention. BTC dip. Maybe we'll look at Bitcoin. NFP is about to come out. All right, we talked about, remember, first discussion we had this week was that I said, guys, gold's in an interesting environment, right? There's trade wars talk, trade war negotiations, trade war conflict, that. So, like, overall, a lot of uncertainty in geopolitical parts of the world. And you also have wars going on, right? You have Ukraine, Russia. You have conflicts going on in the world, right? You have high inflation still. You have economies not doing so well. So when you talk about gold, right, and what we've been talking about for the last 4 weeks since the first week of January, was that gold's in a demand phase right now with everything going on, right? There's still a lot of uncertainty. It can drop. It's not, you don't want to be necessarily out looking for sells so aggressively on gold. You want to like time those well. It could drop, but what we've seen is literally for the last month, every time it drops, so it could drop. I'm not saying it can't drop, but I'm not gonna enter a trade before NFP, especially 20 minutes before. We gave you guys the plan and the rundown last night, if you're on last night, right, what we usually do for an NFP day, because NFP happens once a month. So NFP for me doesn't make my month. You guys saw some of the profits that I posted in the chats this week. NFP, it's not gonna make my month, but it can break your month. It can break your week if you try to really get ahead of the market. If you look at gold, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've circled 10 times the market dropped, right? And swear, every week I've talked about this, how it could go up until Thursday, Friday, potentially. This could still go up today. Who knows how the news is going to come out. If it comes out super negative, as it's forecasted, this could fly up. NFP, for those who don't know, it happens once a month. NFP is not a normal trading day. It's like not a day that professional traders are sitting here like, we're more defensive on a day like today. We play defense. At the right times, we can be aggressive. Put on more risk. We have all year to do that. NFP's a day of defense for people who've been trading a long time and have become profitable. For people who aren't really profitable in the markets, they get really excited because you got to think how big. I talked about this a lot yesterday. So what do we do for NFP? We wait 15, 30 minutes. We sit on our hands. Because if you followed me this week, if you followed me last week, if you followed me the week before and the week before, there's clean setups. There's gonna be clean setups through the week. Don't gotta sit here and be like, is NFP gonna go down? Is it gonna go up? Is it a sell? Is it a buy? Don't gotta underestimate the market either. But usually what I like to wait for, because think about it, it's 12 days in the year, right? So successful traders especially, they plan, right? They plan accordingly. They plan to put on risk. Because it's like a waste of ammunition to kind of just sometimes be in the market before NFP. It's kind of a waste of energy, ammunition. Preservation is key, right? That's why statistically 97% of people fail in trading. I think the number is pretty high. Like if you look at statistically speaking, how many people actually don't succeed in trading and don't really become profitable. It's because the amount of time it takes to become profitable, the amount of time it takes to learn and dedication, and persistence, because it's an emotional game. Trading will teach you a lot about yourself and a lot about emotions, right? So what you got to do for NFP, it comes out at 8:30, right? 20 minutes. It's 8:10 right now. You literally just, honestly, I've had some great NFP days, unemployment claims, CPIs. And then I've had days where it doesn't do anything and I don't catch a trade. And those are the great days where it's like, thank God I didn't chase the market. You know, like those are the days where you're like, sometimes the best trade is no trade. I used to say that a long time ago. And I've said that since, but I don't say it as much as I used to. Sometimes the best trade is taking no trade, right? So the goal in trading is not about always making money, but it's about keeping it too, right? I want to keep this $2,000 I'm up today because it's Friday, you know? Steak, no ramen. Yesterday we were like, it might be ramen noodles. I quickly made a good little flip on an account. Today's profit 21.93, 28. Some commission there. It was a decent buys. Small positions. I'm showing you guys, what you can do. You'll see me trade with bigger lots too. Sometimes I'll have like 0.5s. But I'm really trying to show you guys like right now. So once I like sell all my Bitcoin or some of it, I'll fund like a fat account, I'm trying to show you guys kind of like what you can do with some lot sizes on some of these too. Like if you look at for instance, some of these to me are really small lot sizes for me, right? Like a 0.1. But, if you're patient enough, you have the right timing. Patience is key, I think, when it comes down to the most of it. Like patience. I think in trading you need more patience than you think you do. Trying to show you guys even like, because this was actually on crazy enough, this was on $1,000 account that I did this on. Well, this one, sorry, the one on the left, not that one. That one was bigger. So this was my first trades. Should have held those, and then I got out of those, re-entered. Trying to show you guys, like, if you have the right patience, like, you can catch some decent moves on gold, like pip wise, faster, right? If you have the right patience, you know, don't always rush into the market. You have the right discipline. Like, you're gonna hear me yell at you guys a lot. I was saying last night, and in a couple of years from now, once you've traded a while, you'll be like here, I'll show. So some bigger lot sizes like this. This got to I'll show you. That was the same, literally, I said last week, I said Friday sells. I'm going to hold Friday sells last week. And honestly, if I held, it would have been crazy if I held those. All right, here we are. These at most were at like $700 too. Like, these ones were last Friday sells. Not this screenshot. I'm gonna find the other. No, these weren't the Friday sells. This was this week. I'm gonna find the Friday sells one. Where is that one? It was like, trying to find that Friday sells. Where did I post it? Was it this? No, that's USD CAD. That's a while back. I think I posted it in Pip and Dip. No, that wasn't. That was. There was the Friday sells. Where did I post that? That was in it. That was literally this week. But you know, these got bigger than that too. You can, like, if you're patient, like patience. You know, maybe waiting for even 2-3 setups a week to start. Like, you're not chasing the market always. You're waiting. Here's a decent one. Some pips, NFP 15 minutes. Even if you're waiting for 2-3 setups a week, like maybe one a day, you could try one a day or one every other day, 2-3 a week, 3 a week, 3-4, sometimes more or less. You're patient waiting for the right entry on the 4-hour time frame. Usually these come from like the 4-hour chart setups where it's like going for like a bigger pip. All of these, like, I post like literally all my charts. All of them have been hitting. That's the thing. Like, all the zones. We've been on a roll. Starting 2025 off clean. Gold's dumping. I'm gonna let gold do its thing. I'm gonna let gold chill. This is what I had marked up. I'm still bullish on gold still. Like, I'm not. I don't think the uptrend has, you know, there's obviously, like, you have this, you have the low. So a lot of trade, I could see, like, yeah, a lot of traders probably looking for that sell down, that next leg. When you've been trading as long as I have, and you've seen as much NFPs, FOMCs, CPIs, as much as you can see on the chart with these news events, the market can just be like, I don't care what your eyes see. I'm going to just do the opposite. No tortillas. Nah, bro. No tortillas this week. No tortillas. Nah. Steak. We'll get some steak maybe. See if I do a withdraw today. I did one. Did I? 50. I did. if I could squeeze a withdrawal out today on the account. But NFP is hitting soon. Like I said, I'm not in any trades. Don't really plan to be before, maybe during like 30 minutes after. I'm a bit more bullish on gold. Like it could try to come down back to this low. To be honest, it could try to come like down to here. Could try to like dump down to that low. The next zone would be like way down here. Right now, pretty aggressive if I'm looking for buys at the zone it's at right now. Like I would have to hope the news just blasts up, right? So when it comes down to making calculated decisions in the market, they also have to take away the emotion. So when you're making decisions in the market, there has to be a fine line of, okay, I'm putting on risk, I'm calculating that, but I want to also take away the emotion. If there's too much emotion involved, steer away. NFP, I've had some bad NFPs, man. In my beginning days, you know what I used to do when I first started trading? I don't even know. I don't even know if I should say it on YouTube. I've full ported NFP with my paychecks for years. Like it did some damage on me. I think it's like I think NFP did damage on me in my beginning years. So nowadays nowadays what's worked for me is just following this plan. Like the last 3-4 years, I'd say, since like 2021, 2020, 2021. Yeah, my first like 3-4 years, I would fund an account with $500 on NFP. Jesus, take the wheel. Like, I would go like 5 lots, 10 lots on USD CAD or something. I would go 500,000 bucks in an account and go full port. And it's not a good habit for trading. Like, it's not a good trading habit because the more you keep doing that with every news event, you just create worse habits for yourself. When I first started trading, I would full port. I remember I would stay. I don't know why I would stay up all night. Like I gotta trade NFP. I'd put like 250, 200 Canadian dollars in an account. I'd be like, all right, NFP day, baby, let's go. And no, like I was good with USD CAD. Like if you go on my Facebook, find me on Facebook, and scroll all the way back, and you'll see these USD CAD trades. These 1 lot, 2 lot, 5 lot, 10 lot trades on USD CAD. Every here and there. Well, go find my Facebook. You go to like 2016 on my Facebook. Maybe 2015, 2016, probably 2017. You could go back on my Facebook and see literally I would have like a $400 day, a $500 day, an $1,100 day, and I was, bro. I remember having an $1,100 day once, bro. I was bawling that day. So I'm still bullish on gold, depending, and maybe the forecast changes that sentiment. Like, I still think it could potentially rip up. There's this zone that we analyzed last night. That's crazy. It's still holding. Like, look at it's still holding. Like that high we analyzed last night. Down here, there's a low where I see some volume, and then way back over here around 28, 25. I'm still more bullish on gold on the bigger picture. Like, even if it dumps today, that doesn't, 28, 25 down there. Let's see, where do we get to today? Do we dump down here, respect this zone, or do we dump down lower and respect that zone? That could be maybe a scenario. If you're like, so I've had times like that where I'm like, okay, you know what? If I'm gonna put myself in a trade before, I'm gonna know, okay, you know what? Stop loss going here. I'm risking this amount, and I know it could, like if I'm putting myself in a trade before NFP, then I'm calculating the risk. Like I'm like, okay, because the real strategy is this, and that could still happen, and you don't want to be like, you don't want to be in a trade before NFP, and then it like, damn, it like hurt you, like, oh, I can't take another trade now. Like it might hurt your confidence because you're wrong. The market just ripped you down. Like, oh, damn, might be quick, like a quick L like that. Like, oh, and it might not give you that ammunition for the next, to pull the trigger maybe on a plan, like a strategy. If the market makes one of these news candles, which NFP tends to do, right? NFP tends to make a news candle. I like to call it the news candle, right? We call it the news candle. What time is it? It's 8:23 in the morning now. NFP's about to hit. Yeah, 6 minutes, 7 minutes. For new traders, anybody who might not know this is my strategy with news. And I know other traders, a handful of other traders I know that even approach news with this same kind of planning or anticipation. Because like when you plan something, you can kind of anticipate and react to a reaction, right? There's forecasting and guessing, like, it could go up, it could go down. There's all this forecasting we can do, obviously. But if you have like a plan, you're more prone to like anticipation. So reaction, maybe responding to like, okay, reacting is more confident when you have a plan of, if the market does this, I'll do this. If the market drops for the first 30 minutes, I'll look for buys, right? If the market goes up for the first 30 minutes, I'll look for sells. Like that could be a planning around it. NFP tends to be pretty up or down, like right away. Like it's pretty high impact. So we'll probably see a candle like this come out. Or maybe even like this. See these big green candles? Like they're usually like that. Or like this. They could create a big wick. See these two? See this big wick? Up and down. You see down here, same thing but opposite side. Big wick down, pump up, a little pump fake. Right here, same thing. Pump up, down, more of a candle. And then this is like, when was this? October 4th, 8:30. News candle pumps down. After that, it goes down for 30 minutes. After that, has a nice reversal. So in terms of like planning, anticipation, that's kind of like how I like to approach NFP. It's like, let me see what happens in the first 15-30 minutes. Sit on my hands. Because once you learn how to read the charts, you'll realize like, I don't really need NFP to make profit next week. To have a good week next week, I don't really need NFP. It can be noise. So you want to be mindful, not, you don't want your mind too full. You want to be mindful. What I mean by that, I'll send you a picture. What I mean by that in Discord. But yeah, we got a couple minutes till the drop. What's Bitcoin doing? Can we pump Bitcoin or what? Depends on how NFP comes out. If it comes out negative, Bitcoin might go up to that. If dollar negative, it's forecasted negative. So if it comes out like close to the forecast or worse than the forecast, that's bad for the dollar. Bitcoin could maybe go up, gold go up. It's forecasted in the negative for the NFP. So I'd brace yourself. I'm gonna chill. Bitcoin might be interesting. Like it'll move too. Bitcoin, because you have Bitcoin to the USD. Bitcoin's just been chilling above 95,000, below 100,000, kind of in the middle, literally like right between 95 and 100. So some nice psychological numbers. We got 95 here. I would love for Bitcoin to start some February, seasonality. Usually February, March goes up, but it's still early in February. Like it's really about how the month finishes. Bitcoin's been definitely interesting with how it's been staying up here a lot. Does it pump or dump today, guys? What do you think? I'm chilling right now. Gonna let the news hit in a couple minutes. Hits like in 3 minutes. This is my arrow from last night was right here. It literally like, all you need is moves like that. Like you don't, it didn't go for the full arrow. Maybe it goes up on NFP, but I can't guarantee that, so much, that it's gonna just fly up. It could dump down first. So I would brace yourself. We'll see what happens in a couple minutes. I'll be back in like 30 seconds. Let me turn on some music. All right, this thing's coming out. A couple seconds. She's starting bull. How did NFP come out? Negative. Pending. Oh, worse than expected. It's gonna go up. Worse than expected. It could dump down before even going up, like the market could manipulate, like it could flush out because I don't know what I was saying before. The news came out negative, so it's expected that the dollar's gonna be bad. It could dump down first to try to find buys. But we have a negative dollar overall sentiment. Buys are probably more in control then. You can probably look for buys. You can try to scalp these reactions. Worse than expected. Employment rate went down. That's a little better. That's, some positive there though. Average hourly earnings went up, so that's positive actually there. So this is worse than expected. There's some mixed sentiment here. There is a bit of a mix here when we look at the average hourly earnings because that went up. Employment rate came down while employment change was worse than expected. So that can cause a mixed sentiment actually as well. When you look at this and this, if both of these were negative or the same as before, it would be kind of worse. So this could come down first, probably. Maybe find buys after, because most traders are probably buying right now. Like, oh, it came out negative, we got to buy. It might try to find buy orders. It looks like it did a quick wick there up. See that? Like a quick pump fake up. And then quickly down, but this 30-minute candle could drop. This could be like the first direction, 30 minutes, an hour down. may come back to test that low. Buyers could stay in control, but there's some mixed sentiment. Like, this is negative. This is worse than expected, but there's a bit of some positive there. Canadian USD CAD must have dumped, perhaps. Maybe? No? Yeah, USD CAD dumped. But pulling back. Stronger dollar. Good news for Canadian dollar. Good news for good news for Canadian dollar. Good news for USD. So USD CAD's gonna be playing tug of war. But like positive news for CAD there. We'll see. We'll watch the market here. We'll let gold go down because that 30-minute will probably drop more. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, see, coming back to test that 28.50. That low, it looks like it's coming back to test like this low. If it holds that low, could go up. Like it's coming back to like test this low from the looks of it. 28.50 almost got tapped there. Wow, close. Yeah, right at that candle. Damn, 28.50 almost tapped there. Had a quick move up, but then, you know, big wick. Look at the wick on, yeah, there's a big wick forming on that 30-minute. Whoa. I even said at the beginning it could try to flush down to find buys. Remember? Even last night I said that. I did say, remember, like it could try to come to this zone, a lower zone, right before finding buys. If we go back to this chart. Oh no, I took it off. You might remember when I drew the zone way down here. How's Bitcoin reacting? Kind of like gold down, fluctuating. Would have been nice if that tapped 28.50. Missed that. These news events been happening pretty quick lately. Like it's been pretty quick. Like 5 minutes. Like usually there's a good like 30 minutes of down movement, 15-30 minutes one way. News events this past month I've noticed, and I've said that on a couple of streams even because we've been live for some of these, right? We've seen them go quickly down and then punch right up. There was a time we were looking for buys and it went down so quick that we missed the buy. Kind of like that. It happened again. That's like I think that's the third time that's happened on stream in the past month. It's at least that's happened. That happened one other time. It's back in my zone, eh? It's back in that zone. Look at that. That's crazy. What do you know? How's the market taking this? Because is it mixed, or is this a little mixed? Because there's, but you can see we're rebounding really quickly. What's the dollar doing? Up, you know, wick at the top, wick at the bottom. Like gold's keeping up the bulls because of this, I think. Still, like, it's some positivity there for a dollar, but if you look at the previous, that actually, like, it's way lower that it actually came out than the previous. So that's bad. That's like a bad factor. Like, that's usually bad when it's worse than expected. Like when it comes out worse than expected, it's like it's already expected to come out bad, but it came out worse. So like gold is, and that's what I said, man. I said I would like to see it come out negative and gold dump. Oh, I predict the future. I'm telling you. I've been doing this too long. And I'm just getting started. That's the crazy thing. When you acquire the skills and knowledge that I do, it just like gets to the beginning at one point. New levels. Wow, gold. Back in my zone. I did say it could wick down to near this low. I did say. Don't say I didn't say that. I was saying, like, I'm still bullish on gold because, like, just because you had sell pressure here doesn't mean, I even said it last night and on this, just because you had, like, this sell pressure doesn't necessarily mean the market's, like, bearish, right? There's no, in terms of trend, there's a macro trend on gold right now, which is geopolitical. Very geopolitical. A macro trend. War, uncertainty, crisis is going on, right? COVID fueled the start of a lot of it. It's definitely interesting how gold just traded there. Bitcoin even had a little dip down. It's really interesting. What's silver looking like? Even see silver came back to that order block. It reacted. If you remember yesterday, so if we go gold, yes, the 4 hour. So this wick, remember the wick that was created here yesterday and it just stayed? Maybe you could, oh yeah, she's ripping. Let me check chat. Hey man, I did say it's still bullish. And that's the new, that's news for you. The news will fake people out like, yeah, dollar's pumping, but now it's dumping. It's a pump fake. The news always does a pump fake. It's a pump fake. This might keep ripping up, right, from the looks of it. Anyone catch a buy? Am I buying XRP? I mean, not buying it, no. I've been holding it. What's XRP been at? You know, like it's been a... No, I'm still just holding. It's above $2 still. Came all the way below it. Liquidated a lot of people. Took the lows out. Right now, like, it's kind of like if it sticks, might try to stick for the day in this direction. It's pulling back right now. This could potentially react if it's going to continue for the day. Upside, if that was like a buy the dip on gold, could maybe look for a scalping entry, a small one. Some of you guys caught entries. I see 1, 2, 3 people. You have resistance at 70, 75 area. Like the market, if it can get above 75, like break and retest above there. Looks like we might kind of react in this area. Like if, like in terms of what's happening right now, this area could hold potentially. Like it could trade out of this. Or like in these cases, I like to look at, like I'm on a 1 minute, so I see there's like a lot of bullish movement from here, right? So like this could pull back into where some of that volume started. Come up, continue up, like it's pulling back. Potentially could keep running. Maybe this is setting some direction for the day. Especially if this 30-minute closes on our zone or like the 1 hour. Big wick up, big wick down. So that wick might, like that wick could hold. Like that's a pretty big wick. On the bottom, it went up first. Potentially it holds. Maybe the big wick forming on the 4 hour here. I'm not so into bearish with gold because I've just been following the trend for the last month. Until that trend bends fully, I'll still be more like macro bullish on gold. I think most of the analysis I've done live and in the Discord has just been looking for like continuation if buys hold. It would have been good. Like you don't have to force it. Like it's pulling back on the 5 minute. Potentially gonna trade back kind of like where the move started. I see this as like pullback. Once this pullback ends, possibly continuation. So it's at 65. Like we have 28.60 here, 28.50 almost touched. So look at 28.55 way down here. It's only been like 10 minutes after. Looks like it's gonna trade back to the low, maybe 28.55, 28.50 area. That would be more of like a confident area, I think, where price could likely give you a reaction if it trades back down into there. Some people caught buys. That would have been like if you caught that like you don't have to look for it. Like if you caught a buy there, you don't have to keep trading. Like it could be done at that point. You got 20, kind of 60 area being tested here. Right here. I think that's for the moment, the only kind of other thing I could see if this is going to continue up, if that low holds. In the same spot. I'll enter a small buy on gold. But I think it'll come down to that zone. So that would be the ideal area to see if there's a reaction. We're pretty crazy there. Up, down, down, up. That'll be the only setup I'll look for. The only other zone would be like that low. It almost touched it too, like at 28.50. It almost touched that zone. It looked like a buy the dip scenario for me, like personally. Crazy how it came back to what I had marked before here. Now like it just like moved this down and we could see like 28.50 is right here. Came really close. So it's like it really came down, almost like a buy the dip scenario. Potentially. like this would be nice. I took a small buy, kind of around where price is at right now, and like if it comes to that zone, I'll look for maybe two more entries. But like this high got taken out, so ideally in this scenario, we'd want this market to hold a low, to hold that low, potentially move up. Now, like you would have to be quick. Like that's news trading, preparing for moments like that, like where price could flush out and you quickly catch a buy. Like a lot of times, the first move that starts on gold, on the beginning of the news is usually like a fake out. Like if it dumps down in the beginning, it usually goes up quickly, or if it goes up really quickly in the beginning, like vice versa. Usually like kind of like a fake out situation. I like to always call it temporary movement. Like based on what the 1 minute's showing here, like it would, need to hold this potentially. It's showing like a structure shift on the 1 minute, 5 minute. Showing some pretty ugly price action here, but came right back. Like it came literally back to where we were last night, where we were looking for buys last night. Some Waffle House sounds good. Do they got? I think they do. Yo, waffles will be fire. Bro. Oh, Hollywood. Hollywood. Do these buys stick for the morning? Can the 60 hold? 60, 55, because it came to 55, if you noticed. It almost hit 50. Big wick rejection, close to 50, so like 55. 60 may hold. That would be lovely if we rip up new all-time high. I would have to get above 70, 75. That's kind of where there's supply. Tricky gold. Otherwise, like, what would price do? There's not much right now. We just have to see if buys stick on this. Just pushed up like 20 pips-ish. Okay, yeah. Nothing crazy. 10 pips or so, a bit. Almost 20 now. Okay. Maybe we got a runner, boys. What do you guys think? See, that's all I see right now. It came back into our zone. Not much more to look at. Maybe we get that same move up one more time. Big wick rejection. Not so much of a clear direction. Yeah, like it's the 1 hour hold this. You can see the 1 hour we have potentially a support forming, or on the 30. Yeah, if it's sell, you're in sell. Yeah, whatever it is, like just manage your risk accordingly. Like we caught a lot of trades this week. A lot of setups, a lot of markups. Yeah, if this zone doesn't hold, like you could sit on your hands. Like there's still another setup. Like 2850 would have been a great, so close. I still have that kind of marked. Otherwise, way down here, maybe next week, if the market even gets down here, 28, 25. But for this week, so far, like this week, like ever since we got above like 2850, we've on 2840, 2850, we've stayed above there. Yeah, I'm in gold buys. I want to see if it holds maybe for the next hour or two. New York session. Maybe I could scat. Maybe times like it could be, there could be volatility soon, too. So I could maybe get a pip and dip if it quickly goes 40, 50 pips in profit. Like don't have to hold it for the whole day. Yeah, like I had a good day. Like don't have to force anything. If you've been here all week, we got next week. Remember that. I want to see this. Don't be scared. Don't be scared of NFP. NFP scary day. Volatility. There's a lot of volatility. So I gotta kind of calculate the risk ahead of time. Like, no, okay, I'm gonna risk this on this day. I'm gonna look for a buy, or make the decision ahead of time. I knew I was gonna trade NFP today. I said last night I'm probably gonna trade it. Like last night I was saying I'll probably take a trade on it. But I was even saying like I'll probably look for buys. It's crazy, but like some people caught a buy on the wick. Like I'm in buys at a higher price. Yeah, that's a good entry. Like that's definitely like a good pip and dip. But I'm gonna see if this holds for a bit. Maybe squeeze out a profit in the next hour. If the market can jump up, maybe like 20, 30, 40 pips, we'll see. Might be a pip and dip. Quick pip and dip done for the week. That would be nice. Quiet morning now. We'll see. That's all I see right now, guys. Next week's going to be a good week. We're still going to be on. I'm not going anywhere. I'll be on probably for another hour or so. Crypto, what is that doing? Bitcoin? Okay. Bitcoin's looking nicer. Maybe breaking out of this. Crypto responding. What's dollar doing right now? Back up. So currency's probably melting. USD CAD's probably like having a tug of war. Trying to go down, trying to go up. Silver. $50-55 zone. That would be maybe the next markup. Yeah, that's lower. That's the red area. So the other zone that I mentioned last night and before, that's where the buys started from. You could kind of see like how from here we ran up. So it almost hit 50. So the zone I have right now is 2860, 2855. If you want to sit on your hands, maybe avoid if this does go down. Could watch that 50, like someone said in the chat, 2850, 2855, yeah. Crypto's responding. What's Ethereum? Ethereum, we need that to do something. Crazy. Where it's at. Oh man, I was hoping it didn't come down to here. I remember we were talking about this on a session. I was like, does it come down to here? See some bullish movements off of here on Ethereum. February, March, by March, Ethereum's usually up by March. So like end of February going into March, that last week. So usually it's starting off February kind of on the rough patch, you could say. Kind of starting February on the rough patch for ETH. And, that affects altcoins, right? If ETH has a bad month, most of your like altcoins are gonna just have an even worse month, right? So it's like oof. But February, March, crypto wise, you can go to CoinGlass. CoinGlass. It's a good website. There's like different tools on here. Where is it from here? I haven't data. Bitcoin returns. I gotta look at all these. There's a lot of stuff on here. Here we go. So typically, except for that February it's green, but not the biggest green, right? Come on, Goldie, give me that push. Usually, right, you get some good gains. Like 12%. If we got a 12% February on Bitcoin, that would be blessed. It might not. 12% might be like 12%, but that would think about a 12% gain on Bitcoin for February. That would like if it went up 12% from here, we're up. We're like new all-time high, baby, new peak. So that means like so usually like when you look at the Februaries, there's 12 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 12, 13. So we're in number 13 now. Historically, only 2 of them have been negative. So far, this one's starting off on the negative side. Now, there was some interesting news yesterday and the day before with crypto that I want to go over real quick too. Maybe not the average Joe knows about. Let's just say. What are you doing, Gold? Yeah, that 30 minutes kind of indecisive. It's got that bottom wick, top wick. Pip and dip. Maybe I pip and. I want to see if this pushes up a bit. What's the dollar doing? Gold's gold though. Gold's an asset. It's different than a currency pair. Like. You don't look at currency pairs like currency pairs are going down. Gold might go down. That doesn't always happen all the time. Gold can sometimes do its own thing with its own like demand. Oh, I could have got out there a little profit. Yeah, that last candle's indecisive. It's like both bearish and bullish on both sides with the top wick. On the 30 minutes, kind of getting bears and bulls on both sides. And Ethereum, like obviously, if you don't know, Ethereum hasn't been around as long as Bitcoin has. So Ethereum's had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we're in 9. It's only 1 month for Ethereum has finished negative for February. So most people have been expecting, like most crypto people that like really know crypto to this knowledge have been expecting February to be that month. Maybe that pushes ETH back up 4,000 or above it. Typically that's when it has its runs, when you go back to February, March. There was like a huge dump. I took some L's on that, unfortunately. Now going for round 2 on ETH. There was a huge dump. Took some L's. Price now like is literally like at a major support on the year. Pretty much touched where it touched 365 days ago. And last February. So it's interesting where ETH is now. Like it liquidated a lot of people. It literally, if you look at the time distance this is, it's February 3rd it touched this price. And if you go back, there's February 3rd right here. Last year. So we need to see some of this on ETH. So we need to see some candles like this. This is last February, March. You know, when it first hit 4,000, it was running February through March. February wasn't as strong as March all the way through April even then. So, we've been talking about that. We were talking about that up here. Now we're talking about the same thing down here. Like, we were talking about, okay, price could maybe go up in February, March. Potentially, like, I mean, the month just started 7 days in, and if you know a lot about crypto, often it finishes the month stronger. Like, the last 2 weeks can be where some of that bull comes in. Like, if you go to Bitcoin, for instance, where's BTC? And you go to like November and October. Like, November was a really bullish month. Or let's go to October, for example. October was a pretty bullish month for Bitcoin. But most of its bullish days happened in amount of, like, 5 days and then here. Like, it wasn't bullish the entire month. It had like 8 bullish days, like some periods of increase in there, right? Where it really, really moved in price. So it's not always, how the month sort of starts, because a lot of the movement can happen in a few days. Like, you can get, like, for instance, if you look at the end of October here, in 3-4 days, it ran up. You got 4 days here, you got 5 days here. It went up, like, yeah, when you look at, like, the whole month, it went up. But, like, it's where it made its most gains in the month was just, like, here. And then here, like, the fastest in the most. These days and these days here made the most gains. So, it's not necessarily, like even if you look at November was an extreme bullish month, that ended off kind of bearish. Like, most of the gains in November were made, like, right here, and up here. Like, it wasn't like you had all these days where it was just sideways, right? You had all this here. So a lot of, like, a bullish month can get made up of, a 5 days of price running and then price chilling and then 7 days of it going up again, So yeah, like, February obviously starting how it started, but with how fast crypto is and some of the news, we gotta go over. So some news we gotta cover real quick, because some of you guys gotta be informed on this. There's a lot of everyday people don't keep up with the news like we do. Like, I go over news every day with you guys, right? So this is how you want if you want to keep up with crypto news. Might sound crazy. You need Twitter. Yeah, I only have Twitter for crypto news. So I'm gonna be teaching this in the inner circle too. If you want, like, you want to be up to date, like, you can find some good pages on, like, a good one that I follow is Cointelegraph, and they have a website too. Their website's good. For instance, like, they post literally 11 minutes ago, 31 minutes ago, 49 minutes ago. So something about Sui, another coin, and Hype. Oh, Hype, yeah, that coin came up. So, like, just, like, little things like that, but even, like, bigger things at the time. BlackRock boosted stake. BlackRock's micro strategies, earnings came out. They're down because they're just so heavily invested in Bitcoin, but they have so much more Bitcoin now. I don't think they care. But things like this, if you want to keep up with, like, crypto news, like, boom, like, oh, whoa, this just happened. Whoa, what? This is a good page to follow, or maybe even find similar pages like this. What came out yesterday? Like, see, there's a lot of news. Like, I'm only 4 hours. I'm trying to go to yesterday to find some of the stuff. Fidelity sells. That was 4 hours ago. That's Bitcoin ETF. Oh, pump it up, Pump it up. They'll buy back higher. No, like that's imagine like this rips and it's like, so yeah, it looks like outflow there from some ETFs, but that was 4 hours ago. Where was price 4 hours ago? That was 4 hours ago. I know that came out. So, you don't say. Where is it, man? It's gonna take a bit. Around, yeah. Bitcoin ETFs saw outflows. Ethereum ETFs saw inflows. Okay. Been a lot of big whale Ethereum buys as well. If you follow this page, we went over some, I think, last night and the other night. I can't find it. Crazy. There's just too much news on here. I'll find it in a minute. Sheesh. Ripple. So much news on Ripple. XRP. There's so much news on it every week. The world's moving so fast too. Like there's so much news every week. Like just how it comes out. Like boom, boom, headline. This. So you gotta understand, it just creates so much euphoric tension too at times for just the masses. Like different people are experiencing different times of euphoric, emotions in the market. So like there's so much news coming out, like boom, boom, ETF, reserve, this, trade wars, boom, dun. Like it's just hitting so fast that like people react and respond to it, right? And the market is pretty much like a roller coaster. With that being said, right, the market's pretty much like a roller coaster with all these news events coming out and all these headlines just bam, bam, hitting the market like crazy. Looks like Bitcoin's responding positive to the situation going on right now. We need that. We need that. We need that. Dollar going down. I need you to go down for 30 minutes so gold will go up. Thank you. We need that, eh? Like, That's why I'm doing Inner Circle in March, because I think I'm starting Inner Circle in March for a reason too, because we're going to be talking about a lot of crypto too, because in Inner Circle I'm going to show you guys my portfolio. So I'm not going to do that here because that's really private. I don't need a flex like that. Like I've showed you guys sometimes, but Inner Circle will see, you guys will see all the coins I'm holding, so you can obviously doesn't mean you have to copy them. I'm not giving financial advice in that sense, but it's like, okay, I see what coins you're holding. I'll do some research on this, see if I like it too. I'm holding, how many coins am I holding? I gotta update my thing because Solana. What's dog with that damn dog? That damn dog, man. Took out the lows, yo. This thing's low, like dog with hat. That damn dog. Solana back above 200. Ondo is keeping demand. You want to look for coins like when you what you experienced in the last week or two. In times like that, you want to look for the coins that aren't getting as much damage. Like they're not getting hit as hard. That means there's something really there. There's demand there. There's a good community, right? There's more demand on some sides of things. I noticed Ondo, the chart for it. So yeah, where's Ondo? Yeah, it had a huge dip here, but when I look at it, it's showing something interesting here. Some charts, those are kind of things. Some charts you want to look for, like Chainlink was a good one back here. Chainlink, when Chainlink was here, everything everything else was like way lower compared to like the chart. Like Chainlink was still like a lot above a lot of other things. It was interesting. I remember mentioning this to someone on a phone call, like, yo, like look at Chainlink versus this coin, this coin, this coin, this coin, this coin. All these other coins were down like here compared to like the timing. Like all these other coins were here, whereas Chainlink was more kind of in the middle, like more demand keeping up. So at the time I noticed like there's something there with Chainlink. It's keeping more demand because everything else was way lower in terms of they all did the same drop. Everything did this same drop, right? Everything had the same drop. What's gold doing? Oh yeah, we're in profit. We good. Let's see, pip and dip. I'm in the P now. But not a lot. Every coin did the same move, but some things really bled out. Like, yeah, Chainlink dropped. Like, it had a big drop. That's a big drop, like 40-50%. That's huge. That's 64%. That's huge. But there's some charts that went way lower. So there's times in times of bleeding, you might be able to find, like in the times of the bleed out, and you might be able to find that coin that's like, yo, it's still keeping its demand up. Like it didn't like get it completely wrecked. So there's gotta be something there too, like more demand there. Meme coins wrecked. Those all got wrecked because those usually finish last in the cycle. Those got wrecked. Dog with hat, Pepe, all of them. Ski mask dog. It's a dog on base. It's on base. Ski mask dog's on base. There's dog with hat. They got the dogs. They got the cats. They got everything. What's next? There's too many coins coming out. Winner, chicken dinner. $400, baby. $450. All right, I'm gonna take a look. Told you guys I'm in buys. You can't be scared. Scared money don't make money. Proceed with caution, though. You see how calm I am though? Like I'm just talking. Like if I was not streaming, what would I be doing right now? Playing Black Ops. Not even looking at the chart. Stop loss in place. Come back. See, okay, I'd probably come back right now and look at the trade. Probably play a couple rounds of Black Ops, look at the trade, and then decide, am I gonna take profit? Am I gonna close? I like a good little pip and dip right now. I take some profits at least. You know? Just to be safe. Just be on the safe side. I'm up like $500. Let's go. Let's go. I told you guys I was buying. Scared money don't make no money if I ever go broke. When it comes down to decision making, you have to remember, I gave you guys a good training before this with my words. And it might have sounded like I was yelling at you guys because I've been through a lot on these charts, alright? Look at that. Yeah, like I would just like if you're constantly looking at the trade, you're gonna be more FOMO'd, like, oh my gosh, I'm negative. Oh my gosh, I was in profit, I gotta get out. Oh no. Usually like I'll just put on some Black Ops, go to the not the gym. I don't like not at the gym. I used to do that when I had a trainer. And I would show my trainer like an $8,000 trade, and he'd be like, "Yo, what?" like, what am I doing? When am I looking to dip gold? You gotta like. This is when you gotta play the game now. This is when the game begins. All right, when it's like, okay, I'm in so far the right trade. what evidence do I have for maybe me to justify holding the trade longer? Maybe for another 30 minutes, maybe for the next hour, right? I'll do another round of inner circle, but that inner circle will be more because it'll be a new course than this one. So anybody who's in this inner circle is gonna get the I'm gonna be inner circle is gonna be ECAB's inner circle, where this is the first course of the inner circle. Next one will be another round of like 50 different videos, so it's gonna be a big course that's I'm always gonna be adding to. Oh yeah, let's go. Let's go. Gotta love it. Patience. Now, this candle could close bullish and it could rip. Like it could rip if this. Remember everything I was saying, guys. It's playing out. It's playing out. All right. Let's go. Now I'm gonna take a little more profit. Just close some partials. You know. A little bit more. Solid. Leave a little runner. That's how you do it. On the live. I told you guys I was buying. I said I'm literally buying. I'm in buys. Taking buys. I did say it. Let's go. Let's go, baby. We're back. Bitcoin. We're going back. New all-time high on Bitcoin. I hope, like gold. Any big other, like maybe, yeah, this is kind of mixed in the beginning. Saw that, like some mixed up and down. But worse than expected stuck. The worse than expected stuck, ladies and gentlemen. If you can break above 70, you're going to push towards like 75, 80. Like that's the zone, like that 70, 75 area. Should we look for another trade if it break and retest there? You guys are fiending for trades. Who caught it? Come on. Take some profits if you caught it. Like it's Friday, you know. We were right. It stuck to the forecast. It stuck to that. So lesson learned there too. You guys learned. You should have learned something here too. Take some profits. It was a good move. You could have even caught lower entries. Like scale out. Maybe leave a little runner, break even. That's all you gotta do. Like that was what, not even an hour. So pip and dip, chill. Go get your steak or go get a beer. Call it a day. Withdraw. Go get your steak dinner. Go get or go buy some crypto. No, don't get steak dinner. No. Not financial advice, by the way. You can do whatever you want with your money. It's education. Gotta be YouTube. Yeah, look at AUD flipped. Where's that been at? I don't really look at the. Is that still in that? Oh yeah, I forgot about that accumulation. So one of you guys. True. Still in an accumulation. If this still looks like it's in accumulation, right? If this breaks up, let's say, it forms a new high, right, on AU, then you're waiting for it to retrace back inside the accumulation potentially for like another leg up. If it's to do something like that inside of this range that it's in. What's USD CAD doing? USD CAD on a monthly. Look at USD CAD on a monthly basis here. So Donald Trump just won US election, right? So now he's going to be the US president for next 4 years. He won this is his second term. For those that don't know, I think most people know that, right? Especially if you're American. This is his second term, and his first term was in 2016. It started in the 2016 year, right? So like 2016, when you look at like where USD CAD was like going into 2016 that year, we haven't been like, it's interesting where we are. The timing it's kind of funny to me. Like it's not so on perfect timing. Like elections happens in 2016. That's just like the beginning of 2016 there, right? And then you have like the beginning of 2020 right here. Like this is like the first two, like you got February right here, and you got March, like the first 2 months of 2020, and then you got 2016 up here, like the first month of 2016, and now literally we're January, February, we're where we are, we're relatively around where we've been, where we've been, relatively around the same time. I don't know if that makes sense. If you look at the USD CAD, like it's been here at this price 4 years ago, around the same time. Maybe not perfectly, but March. It went up there going into March. And then 4 years from that, so relatively around the same times, like the same season, first quarter of the year, New Year, it's around this price, which is interesting. Under Donald Trump, like Donald Trump was in 2016, USD CAD went down more under Donald Trump. So cheaper dollar. It seems more so, like it went down and up. Like USD CAD was bearish for a while. Like it came to lower levels. That's for if people want to go, if a Canadian wants to go travel to the States, like in the summer, they would want USD CAD down here. Like the States would want the USD CAD at lower levels to bring more tourism to their economy too, right? We're at really high levels to start the year off for USD CAD, which kind of interests me because I don't always look at currency pairs, right? I'm usually looking at gold and Bitcoin, right? So, distribution maybe, all right? Maybe a distribution forming. If you look at the big wick down, we went sideways for a little bit. Oh yeah, we're getting waffles today. Let me look. I gotta look. What kind of waffle? There's some pretty fire old school. Do we have a Waffle House? Yeah, I forgot. Like Waffle House. It's called. Yeah, I know what you're talking. I know what you're talking about. We have Waffle Houses, but I don't know if we have that brand exactly. Like the waffle. Like I know what you're talking about. Let's see what we got. Belgian waffles. I like Belgian waffles. Waffles or pancakes? Let me see. Well, type in the chat. Waffles or pancakes? I want to see what. I'm a waffle guy. Waffles are fire. We got. Oh yeah, we got some Waffle Houses. Oh yeah. Nah, the waffles are usually there from a place called Old School. Cause they got this chicken and waffles, fire. Trying to see who's a pancake guy out here. Let's see. Now pancakes are still fire. Like, I hate it on pancakes. USD CAD consolidation. So just wreck out back in the range. So it's like you want it to maybe pull back to find that trade, or you want it to push up more to pull back and find that same trade on USD CAD. When you look at it like this, even could be so USD negative, whereas so if we look at the Canada had a better employment change here. For previous was higher, but the forecast was to be bad here. It was a bad forecast, right? When you include that together, USD had a negative, but Canadian, it wasn't as good as the previous, as high, but it's not what was expected. And then unemployment rate also went down for Canada here. So that's better for Canada's currency. That's better for the CAD currency. This is worse for the USD currency. So when we're looking at USD CAD, we're thinking swing sells more. We're thinking but it's how do we find that trade, right? Because it's moved a lot, obviously, from the highs, 145, 146 area. Like, how do you find that entry? It's kind of just patience, being able to spot something, seeing if the market can kind of give us pullbacks. Yeah, this, like, to me, it's you know, at a very high level all time. Like, if you look at previous times it's been here, it dropped for a couple months when it's been here, right? We're on a monthly chart right now, right? So every candle is 1 month, right? So when you look at this chart, again, smash that like button too, guys. If you guys made some profits today, smash the like button. How's gold doing? Oh my, yo. I told you guys, watch out for themselves. Yo. All right, now, yeah. Oh, why did I close everything? I still have one entry. Right when I took my partials. Hello, darkness, my... Solid though, pip and dip at its finest. I'll say that much. Look at that. Yo, who's still in it? Yo, who's still holding gold, fam? I still got one entry. Just notice how I'm distracting myself too. Like, I'm following a plan. Like, I think it's gonna go up. I'm just gonna hold the buys, right? I'm not freaking out, you know? That's how you get the most out of your trade. Beautiful day. NFP. No effing problem. I'm on YouTube. I don't know if you can swear on YouTube. It's not like Kick or stuff like that. NFP. No effing problem, fam. Who's still holding? Smash the like button. Smash the like button again. Not that big in Sweden. Waffles. Sweden's fire. I've been there. Stayed at a fire hotel. Oh yeah, the women in Sweden too. Oof. Different type of pretty. Oh, French toast. This guy just came in with French. Someone came in with French toast. Sheesh. Smash the like button. Smash the like button. On the chat, on the video too. On the video. You know, that deserves a thumbs up. We did it. Honestly, it's 9:30. Probably picked its direction for the day. And hopefully Bitcoin with the 100K tap. Let's go. We need to get it back above 100 so ETH can just, you know, ETH needs to bring so alt season doesn't start, guys, until like Ethereum is, you know, moving. Whatever that alt season everybody wants. We got trade wars and NBA trade wars instead. NBA's going like, I'm about to be locked. I'm about to watch NBA. I haven't been watching NBA, but I'm gonna watch some games. So just got fire again. Trump came in like, yo, we gotta fix this. Like, I mean, for the time we spent, like, it's break even, take profit. Like, I close most of my partials and have this one entry. Solid though. Solid day, you could say. Once again, I'm rhyming. You caught the buys. Market pushed down. Beginning of the news, it was pretty quick. It went down. Well, pumped up first, and then it went down. It was ugly situation there, but we bought the dip. It's up to you. Like, at this point, it's decision making. So let me teach you something. It's not up to me what you do too. Like if you want to close. If it's to you too. Like, are you in a trade that if it pulls back to your entry, you're gonna be upset? Like, oh man, why didn't I close? Or are you just gonna be like, whatever, next, I'll just move on to the next trade? Like, you got to think of those factors, right? You got to factor it down to what could happen, right? Worst case scenario. So John C. Maxwell talks about kind of like being a bottom line thinker, right? If you know who John C. Maxwell is, he talks a lot about you got to be a bottom line thinker, right? And bottom line thinking is kind of bringing things down to the worst case scenario for me, right? What's the worst case scenario if I'm going to put myself through this? So in trading, you can kind of just have some control of that when you're in a trade that's in profit this much. It's like worst case scenario, I could put break even. Now, how do you feel towards that? Is that going to affect you emotionally? Or would it be better for you to just take your profit, right? Or is you closing your trade and then you look at the market in 2 hours and you're like, oh my gosh, it's at 28.80, 28.90. You're like, why? Is that going to affect you more? Like, it's kind of like making decisions like that and analyzing both sides of the situation, right? Otherwise, like, because every situation is going to be like that. It's going to be the same situation. So you have to practice controlling the emotion when you get in a certain situation, right? Decide things. Am I going to close 80% of the trade? Let the other remaining 20% run? Maybe that takes away who cares if it comes back to my entry. Maybe you close 80% of the trade, right? And you leave the rest running, or maybe 50%, an amount that you're fine with, or maybe it's based on the money you're up. Maybe if you're up $1,200 like I was, you close $900 of it, $1,000 of it, and you're like, okay, I got $1,000. I was up 1,200. I'm up 200 right now. Worst case scenario, right? Type of thing. Like, I lose out on the 200. I'm still in the trade, or break even. Partials on the 200. So it's kind of like decision making at a point when you're in a trade like this, right? You could be done for the week and just tune in next week with me. I'm going to be chilling playing COD this week and getting back to everyone this week. And everybody will be... Make sure you email me if you're... Send me your email, not email me. Send me your email on Discord if don't just send me your email, everyone. I mean, only if you're confirmed for the inner circle. Send me your email. Resend me it one more time because I have a lot of messages. I've been adding everybody to this Excel spreadsheet, and I noticed there's like 8 people so far who didn't send me their email. So check if you haven't sent me your email. You might have not. Even if you did, just resend it real quick if you're on this stream. But I'm going through the messages one by one. Didn't realize how messy Discord gets. That's why I'm going to be sending everybody an invitation, not like everybody who's in the inner circle, an invitation to something that's like Discord but better. Time on the charts, baby. Time on the charts, son. Good move. Like, you don't measure a move by you don't define a move by how many pips. Like, that's a good move to be like, yo, that's a good day. It doesn't need to go 200, 300, 400 pips. It could, but it doesn't like need to. And even profit, like, you don't measure a move by like, oh, I only made $20. Oh, I only made $40. Just your ability to enter and exit the move and consistently spot things. Yeah, I see some people DMing me. At this point, when you're looking at, okay, 4 hours obviously bullish. It has a bottom wick on it. It's clearly bullish on the 4 hour, right? There's 22 minutes left on this 4 hour. So I could say, okay, this 4 hour looks like it's going to close bullish, right? If it does, that could potentially mean the next 4 hour goes up. I could do that same concept on a 1 hour too. I could go, okay, this 1 hour super engulfing candle just broke above 2780, right? Just broke above the 2780 level. Now we're pushing above 2875. 28, yeah, I keep mixing the 7s and 8s up. Looks like maybe we pull back to 2780, 2782 for a continuation if we're going to continue the trend. That's your nearest setup, right? But looking at this 1 hour, it's like, okay, the 1 hour has 21 minutes left on it, right? Fucking itchy, man. Fucking saw my armpit. My bad. Yeah, my bad. If this 1 hour closes bullish, it's like, okay, I could try to ride out the next hour and see if the next hour continues direction. Gold works really good like that. Now we're a little more profit. Nice. Look at that. 150 pips, baby. So it's kind of like trading's emotional. So it's like making decisions that take away the emotion. Like, and you just gotta be like face it once you make that decision. Like, because what if this never comes back to entry and this just goes to 2,900 new all-time highs from here, and next week this thing just continues up? Like, you don't know, you never know too. So that's the risk you're taking on as well. Like, I don't know if it's gonna come back. I'm not a robot. I'm not a genie. I'm just really skilled. Maybe I am a robot. Maybe I'm from the future. Maybe I have the Neuralink. Maybe I have the Neuralink. I'm not a human. I'm part human, part robot. That's the secret. Secret's out. I have no emotion. I'm a robot. I took the Elon. I watched a video and he sold me. I watched a video and I got sold. So I took, I'm kidding. I'm joking, but imagine that. Be a super trader. I'm an alien. Yeah, like I don't have a crystal ball always. I don't know if it's gonna come back to entry, but that's the risk you kind of take on in trading. Is like, okay, break even is a decision you make to be like, okay, I'm going for the greater reward to potentially make nothing, or potentially make a little of something when I'm up, right? I'm trying to go for that greater reward to try, like, you're taking on that risk. Broke above 2870. Maybe trying to clear 2875. Damn. If you made profits, post it in Pip and Dip. I want to see. That shit fires me up. Damn, I swore. Don't dial on me. Still holding. Maybe we catch 300 pips on this. Imagine 2,900, 2,890. Like, this thing blows through and just rips to the afternoon. It's only 9:41. I've seen gold do this and go until 1 p.m., 12 p.m. That's the thing. Like, it could, like, from my experience, a day like this, it could just keep ripping. It sells, like, I would wait for maybe market open for sells. Sells, not looking for those. We don't want to ruin our buys that we just caught. This is a point where market has that dominance. Yeah, sells, we don't want to ruin our buys, that we just caught. You want to look for, like, break and retests above. You want this to go above 2880, retest it, potentially continue, or pull back, retest. If you caught that trade, post it in Pip and Dip. I want to see. I'll check it out when I get off, actually. I'll look when I get off. What's Bitcoin doing? Come on, baby. I need you. I miss you. I miss you. Tomorrow, back at 90. Like, it's like 2 days from now, back at 90. Like, oh, man. It's a roller coaster ride for crypto because you got to remember it's digital. So it's a much faster, right? It's much faster for people to get the emotion, for things to just happen. Everything, market sentiment, psychology, like everything we talk about in trading is just so much faster, right? Plus, weekends, it's open. So, like, if there's bad news on the weekend, crypto is the only thing open, right? Like, the only asset, major class thing that's open is Bitcoin in the market, right? Like crypto, right? So, bad news on the weekend, boom. Whereas the stock market usually digests bad news. If there's bad news on the weekend, the stock market will usually digest that news on the Monday on the market open. Scalping? What do you mean scalping's illegal? So entering a trade and getting out 30 minutes is illegal? Like if you enter a buy on gold and you get out 30 minutes later, that's illegal? So if I take a buy on gold right now and I get out in 1 hour, that's illegal? Or if I get out in 20 minutes, that's illegal? I don't know, but I don't know. Maybe like talking about something else. Maybe if you're U.S. right, maybe if you're using like a certain U.S. broker. I'm not from U.S. though, but I don't know. So you're telling me there's traders. So every trader that buys something and exits 10 seconds later is doing a legal trade. Like, bro, that means there's millions of people like that are like. What do you mean? I'm confused with what's going on. Lock X. Oh, Lock 30. I don't know what Lock 30X is, man. You guys gotta chill, yo. Whatever. I don't know what that is. Shit. Oh, I see what you're saying. You're talking about something else. Oh, my bad. My bad. I was confused there. I was like, wait, like you're saying like gold, like taking a scalp on gold, like just, just blew my mind, bro. Like, yo, I'm out. Like, peace. Whatever Lock X is, I don't know what platform that is, but not gonna look into it. Sounds illegal. These are some scammers probably in the chat. Let's see, who's this? These are probably some fucking scammers in the chat. Yeah, travel buddies. Remove. Hide. Yeah. Bye. Bye. Peace. Peace. Get out of here with that Lock X. Get out of here with this Lock X30, dog. Not on this channel. Sorry, not sorry. That is sus, Bob. Get out of here, yo. Like, you think I'm new to this? You think I'm new? Yeah. Hopefully it's not something real and I'm thinking like, no, I don't know. But to my discretion, those are scammers in the chat. I don't know. To my discretion, I heard illegal. Y'all are out. You bringing something illegal to educational stream? GTFO. If you're gonna say this is whatever Lock X is, GTFO, fam. Get out of here. Bring it up, you're getting blocked from the channel. If you think I'm messing around. Don't type it in the chat. Don't even type it in the chat, guys. Like, whatever that is. Hopefully I didn't just block a No, cells. I'm not looking for cells. Chill on that. Well, we got work to do, boys and girls. I gotta get emailing everyone by tomorrow. That's what I said. So I think that's it for the day. Like, profitable day, pip and dip. We'll be back next week. You know, maybe bonus session tomorrow if you guys spam the Discord enough for me and convince me. Maybe we'll see. That was a sus Bob moment, yo. Look at the guy. Who's this? Daniel Sads. Let's see this guy's. Yeah, I looked at the picture and I'm like, I don't know. Huh. Gotta get the chat bot. How do I get a chat? I gotta learn more. Yeah. I'll get the waffles. And then I'm gonna email everyone. Like, well, you're gonna just get an invite link, but you're just gonna get invited to another platform where all the videos will be. I got the waffles. Sus. That was some sus, Bob. I'm like, what is going on here? That's what they do. They say stuff like that. If you go on my YouTube comments, and they'll say stuff like oh, the best trading strategy. Thank God, thank goodness I met so and so person because of them. This strategy, like, they're everywhere. Those types of people. Maybe bonus session. What do you think about February seasonality on gold? Like that's the thing on the macro for gold. The macro. I think on the macro, the trend hasn't changed. Like, you can obviously have buy and sell strategies on the chart. I don't think the chart has showed like signs of a downtrend yet forming. Depending on, like, you can see right now, like, we're staying below here. Maybe it ends the week off with some sells. I'd chill for the day. Come back next week. Maybe even Sunday we can pop on, or Saturday. Tomorrow's Saturday. Maybe we can pop on for a bonus session and see how the market finishes the week off. Because, yeah, like, I think the macro for gold, so the bigger picture is what I mean when I say macro, with everything going on in the world, could still potentially be, like, bullish. Like, it could still be in an uptrend. I don't think it's broken an uptrend yet. I don't think it's shown signs of, like, a broken uptrend yet. So I still think, like, looking for buys next week might be more of the angle still. We just got to be patient and wait for, like, pullbacks, wait for, like, it's like buy the dip scenarios. You like you know, in crypto, oh wow, yeah, these altcoins though, Bitcoin's great, but these altcoins are just like, they need to just, you know, hopefully Ethereum. Yeah, like, if you had a profitable week, like what I like to do is withdraw profitable weeks, put it into crypto, start next week again. Probably gonna do that right now, to be honest. Wouldn't be a bad idea. Maybe we'll do a bonus session. I'll let you guys know. Maybe tomorrow. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And yeah, like what they say with buy the dip on, like, Bitcoin, kind of same thing with gold. Like, gold's an asset, so when it experiences, like, we just saw it in the last hour. We literally just saw it. It was, you know, it was a pretty big dip considering it spiked all the way up to here first. So it dipped down kind of, I would say pretty big there, almost a 200 pip drop when you measure it, $20, almost 18 and some change. So it made a pretty big dip just there on the news, and then other way. So, like, literally down, up. Maybe it stays above. Like, it's right now, it could be in trending mode. staying above maybe 2870, 2872 there. Might continue for the day. I've seen times where like by 1 p.m., 12 p.m. it's just trended all morning. For like, I'll show you for this example right here. Like this one went up the entire morning after this like wick down. But it is also Friday, so like volume obviously, it's also Friday, so volume does exit the market on Friday closer to when London session finishes, especially. So the volume does get slower on a Friday, so sometimes like the move can be like the move, like it made a pretty good move, I'd say, for the day, guys. And considering what we've had for the week, right? But yeah, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Remember, smash that like button. I think we deserve a good like today. But that's gonna be it. Peace out, peace out. I'm gonna wrap it up now. Keep you guys posted in the Discord.
There's a way.